Hey, what's going on, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and I help people navigate through their spiritual awakening process. And today I'm going to answer a question from one of my fans, my good buddy Darren. Darren has been feeling guided to move. Right now he's staying, it looks like, on the West Coast, but he's feeling guided to move back home, wherever that may be. It's in there somewhere. And on one hand, he doesn't want to go back home. He feels like where he grew up, where he was before, there was a reason why he left. He said the people were less accepting. It feels like it's like a suffocating, heavier, denser energy, and he's feeling a lot of resistance. And yet, in spite of that, he still feels like he's got this knowing he needs to go home. This can be confusing, my friends, and I've been in that exact same spot myself. And here's what I learned. I've learned that oftentimes we don't know the full reason why we feel guided to do something. And as a lot of you know, oftentimes on paper, things seem like this is gonna be bad. I don't like the people, I don't wanna live there, yada, yada, yada. I left for a reason, and it's like, that's just all in the mind. That's the mind spitting out a bullet point list of reasons why. But what's guiding Darren, it's not obviously it's not the mind, it's spirit. You got to remember, spirit, soul, intuition, it sees all. It knows how this circumstance will affect you, not just in an acute way, but overall. And you're never guided to do anything that's not going to really be worth our while and be a wise investment of our time and energy and focus. And whether it's right away, usually not, or down the line, at some point we can see, you almost get a little glimpse into the brilliance of our intuition. So I don't know about you, but I've had that happen so many times over, I can't count. So now it makes even sense to my logical mind. I'll trust this feeling, even if I don't understand it yet. I know there's got to be some benefit to it. But I'll tell you this, I've been in that exact same situation, and just for those of you who maybe are watching this who are specifically in a circumstance just like Darren's, this might shed some light. So after my big spiritual awakening, I went through like a big dark night of the soul, and my wife and my daughter at the time and my dogs, we felt like we had to just get out of Dodge. Kind of like Darren, we moved from Michigan down to South Florida. We didn't even know where we wanted to go. We just know we didn't want to be there anymore. It was heavy. You know, we had all of our reasons for wanting to leave. And we got down to Florida, and it was okay. It felt right for a while, maybe a year, almost a year. We lived down in South Florida in like the Boca Raton, Deerfield area. And then all of a sudden, to my surprise, to my own amazement, us too, we felt guided to go back to Michigan. And I had the same objections. We left. There's reasons why we left. It's not going to serve us. What are we thinking? But it was like, we just felt this calling to go back. And I didn't understand at the time. But all I knew is that it felt like the path of least resistance. It felt appropriate. There was a certain sense of internal resonance and harmony in my body when I thought about going back to Michigan. And we chose to listen to that. And that's never, ever failed me. My ability to perceive the resonance, the compatibility within my body of an idea or a notion or an intuition or anything. I can feel it. You can feel it too. And it felt right. So we listened to it. And now, having moved again, I can only speculate. But I have a strong feeling that the reason we felt called back to Michigan is because we had to wrap up. I don't even want to go on the whole tailspin of karma, but it's almost like we had unresolved karma. Like there were lessons to learn, soul lessons, life lessons, human lessons that are just much more efficient to learn when you're in the mix of it all. When you're back around your parents and your upbringing, all these different triggers, which are very uncomfortable and causes a sensitive empath to want to flee. There are also benefits to being in that kind of hostile climate because it's like mirror, 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 lesson, 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 lesson. And that's what it was for us. It was about 3 years, without getting into all the different details. It was like we really just had to close that chapter for good. And then once we felt guided to move once again, it was finally, we felt guided to move to our new life, which is, we still moved around a little bit actually, but from that moment leaving Michigan, we never felt called to go back. We feel like it's resolved there. We have an appropriate relationship with it now. We go back to visit once in a while and it's pleasant. Well, my parents will come and see us, it's fantastic. But we're now, fortunately, not only were we called to move yet again, but where we eventually went to was also intriguing and exciting and favorable to our mind. So that, if I had to guess, maybe I'm biased, but I feel like if you felt called to go back there, Darren, it's probably for a similar reason. And I've learned this, we can't run away from, well, we can, but it's not wise to run away from lessons. Your higher self will sometimes inspire you to do something that you don't want to do. You can almost see this is going to be like annoying or something, a challenge. But it knows that, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It will be annoying, but you're going to learn something. You're going to get to let go of something. You're going to get to heal something. And it's going to make that experience, that little temporary discomfort, pale in comparison to the life-changing benefits you get from doing it. So moral of the whole story, my friend, is listen to your intuition. Follow it. You're likely not going to know why. You're not going to know the why oftentimes, but you don't need to know the why. You can choose to trust that the why will reveal itself as it has in the past for you. And just so you know, my friend, your intuition is your superpower. And when you finally start to really listen to that and go all in with the advice you're giving yourself, you'll watch your life change in a pretty profound way. And if you want to find out some of your other superpowers, hidden abilities that many of you don't even know you have as an empathic person, check out this video I did a while ago, but it's fantastic for helping make you aware of all the different psychic senses built in to every single empath. Have an amazing day, my friends. Peace.